As long as we are concerned, Africa is one. I am not a Ghanaian. I am not a Zambian. I am not a Zimbabwean. I do not recognize a Ghana. I do not recognize a Zambia. I recognize Africa. Yes. One Africa, one passport. One passport, one citizenship, one currency, one military command, one central bank of issue, one communication system, one people, one destiny. That is the Africa that we want.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For those who are new, my name is Queen Desta and this is Desta React, where we try our best to have conversations that bring unity among black people. That is the Africans, the African diasporans, the Caribbeans, the African Americans, as well as black Americans, depending on how you call yourself. The thing is, there's hope, guys. I'm more encouraged the more we have this discussion, the more we are getting to a better place. More like the role that the media has done to put us down, that we're also using the same to bring us up. And therefore, when I see these conversations going on, I'm happy for us to continue on this conversation. So if you support this movement, please hit the like button, subscribe to this channel. And in the description box, I have put a form that if you have a video that you want to have more life, for it to have more exposure, that is contributing to this conversation that we are having, I'd be so glad to check it out. So check that out and be part of this Desta community. Wow, now today we are going to be hearing about some of the things that can build us, with a focus of Africans and Africans out of the country. This is a quick video, but I'm keen to hear what you guys also have to say.
Money alone is not enough to bring change, sustainable change that Africa needs. Capacity building is where it is at. Most of you may not realize that Africa today needs 1.2 million doctors.
Okay, let me hold my face.
If all the diaspora, continental Africans and African American doctors were to go home to Africa today, we're only going to meet about 30% of the need. Many heads of states thought building new hospitals, renovating old ones was the way to address the issues of healthcare. Guess what? Most of those wards, half of them are empty because there are no doctors. I like to talk about my husband's country, my own country, Ghana. There are more Ghanaian doctors in New York City alone than in the entire country of Ghana. So when diaspora start complaining about, oh, my mother was trying to go to the doctor, I said, because you're here. So our reality is, capacity is what Africa needs. And where is that capacity? It's in the diaspora, thanks to the brain drain. At every level, every sector, the capacity Africa needs is in the diaspora, not on the continent. $7 billion is being spent every year paying salaries to expatriates going to Africa to provide services. At every level, we are losing out because we are scattered.
See, this is what I'm talking about, that we're in a place that we can finally come to talk about these matters and unite more, so we can bring our continent, our country, and us to a better place. Now, it's one thing to hear such a powerful talk like this, and then you hear another person come and says that, you know what, one of the strategies that I'm coming up with is exporting labor. Basically, what you're trying to do is to make us more scattered. Okay, I will come up with a better strategy. I'm going to give this country visa free. And then, unfortunately, now even countries that did not need visa, for example, Ghana, they have now to apply for ETA or whatever that is. Well, you can perceive these things in your own way. If you know who I'm talking about, then the person that needs to know has fully understood. It's saddening to see this, because I keep imagining about the potential that we have as ourselves, and if we were able to maximize on this and how far we would be able to go. And I'm not saying there's no place for us to, you know, interact and interconnect and learn and educate ourselves from other places. But it hurts me so much when I see people getting sick, for example, here in Africa, and having to go to other countries to be treated by their own African people. And that means then there's more money required, and all these needs just keep rising and rising. And I'm in agreement with her that we need to come to a place that we're experiencing the capacity building. Now, would more money not affect Africa? It definitely would. But if money is put in places without the right, you know, everything else being in place, then even that money tends to be wasted. We've actually seen it. We've seen people taking debts, and unfortunately this money getting lost and no accountability on that. So the strategy really needs to be put to a different perspective, and educating each other is one of the ways of capacity building. Let me hear what some of you guys had to say in the comment section based on this short clip. Well, the question why the diaspora don't want to come back. And one time we should have this discussion on why diasporans don't want to come back. And someone says because most of the countries in the continent of Africa are run by subpar leaders. The diaspora doesn't want to run into a blazing inferno. And it's sad. Listen, guys, I know it's sad and it's very frustrating. I've heard of people that have come from the African diasporans, especially that have come back to Africa, started businesses, and they face these challenges, like just crazy challenges from the leadership, from us individuals, from the services that we offer, just because we are not pulling ourselves to be in a better place. And therefore I challenge everyone, on the same spirit of us talking about the story that we tell ourselves, I challenge everyone to be playing their right role. Like, let's make this place a better, a more conducive environment in whatever way that you can. And you could be questioning yourself how. Just look at yourself as maybe you provide services. Let's give it an example. You're an Airbnb host. How are the people that come to you, how do you treat them? How is their check-in process? How is, you know, and not on an overhyped and unrealistic system, but more on making it an easy process, because we can't be struggling out here with complaining about government services and also complaining about things that we experience on a day-to-day basis. Someone says, I was ready to come back, but the spread of homophobia codifying into laws to appease conservative Western powers before nobody cared. Many research papers written by African scholars speak on this. Makes it difficult for people who have unsafe to visit or spend time with your family there. So it's a no. It's not the whole of kill this idea. But the medical professions who are in Africa are unemployed or underemployed. Where is the brain drain? Employ all the unemployed medical professionals, and when they ain't enough, start recalling those abroad or better pay them well and end corruption in the public health sector, and doctors won't need to go abroad. Let's be real. African problems are caused by Africans, and we have the solutions. We have been independent for so many years. Let's stop blaming others. We have the power. Corruption and ignorance plague in Africa. The Western only interferes because we let them. Fully agree that if there was a place where we didn't let these people interfere with our system and with how we run things in our continent, I'm torn between fully agreeing with you on the matter, but we have to agree that we're already starting from a place that is not extremely favorable. But we definitely, and I'm happy to say this, that we are going in a place that we are calling out our leaders to ask them to be, you know, get rid of corruption, get rid of these problems that we are facing as Africans, and we continue to be challenged or motivated to keep building a better space for us. For example, creating systems, or as you're saying, creating systems that can put us in a good place, be it employment, be it the payments, be it the lifestyle, be it the cost of living. You know, all these things can be controlled by the government, just putting them in a way that is good for us as Africans as we live in this place. But we cannot downplay the power that is there by us coming together. We've seen it happening to other places. We've seen people coming together in other continents you can check out. And for sure, it's high time that us as Africans, as Black people, we also come together. Anyway, I'm keen to be reading in the comment section down below. I'll do my best to reply to as many comments as I can. Until the next one, guys. Bye for now.